everybody. My name is Angie Morenga. You're watching Just Angie, where we have the most amazing conversations. I am so looking forward to this conversation. You'll understand why in a moment. I want to become a believer. But Ciiku, it's so good for you to honor our invite.
Thank you for inviting me.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
And thank you for all that you do. But before I start talking, please introduce yourself to my guests, how you want them to know you.
Okay, so my official names are Anne Kamau.
Hiya.
I know, I have real names. Anne Kamau, but most people know me as Ciiku Wa Soxxy. Mother of two, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'll explain why I'm putting the quotes. I work for an organization called Tupperware, and that's why I've put the quotes on stay-at-home. I've been working with Tupperware now for 3 years and I think a half. I'm the manager of the year in Africa for Tupperware. It's been an amazing journey for me in that front. I'm a marketer by profession, so such things really excite
you.
me. Yes.
First of all, so me, I'm really glad. So the person I knew is Soxxy. I think I met him at some media house when I went to do some interviews.
Yeah.
And then now there's one day he called me. So thank you so much for She Thrives, because you do that as well. But I won't talk about Tupperware, but I also want to talk about She Thrives.
Okay.
So the way you told me, first of all, you see, I've had all this story. I've had this story, Tupperware. But I was like, what is Tupperware?
What is this thing?
And then you said something which I wanted to explain as you explain what Tupperware is.
Yes.
As you said that I can cut up dania, put it in the Tupperware container, and it will stay fresh for 3 weeks.
Yes.
So
Even
I've not
more.
tried.
Even
I'm
more.
not tried. I'm not a believer yet. So I said, wait, I'm not going to try because you gifted us a Tupperware container. What is Tupperware?
So-
Demystify.
So Tupperware is an American brand.
Okay.
Actually, if most people have watched movies, for them, any plastic container is Tupperware. You know, like Omo Toss, Nini, every detergent is Omo. That's what it is for Americans with plastic containers. They call them, all of them Tupperware. So Tupperware was the first plastic containers they had. And it was this guy who was very innovative, had been told to come up with a bowl when the army was going to war, Second World War, to come up with a bowl. When they go to war, they carry food, it doesn't leak, and it doesn't get spoiled. So you can see that's a huge task for someone. So he came up with this bowl, and his inspiration came from a paint can. So you know how the paint will not dry, but it will not pour as well.
Yes.
So it's totally airtight. So that's where this guy got that from.
Wow.
So all our containers, they are airtight. And that's why I'm super confident when I tell you, go take your dania, don't wash it, because you know water has an element of starting to spoil the food.
So don't wash it.
Don't wash. Just cut them changas, huku mwisho, put it in that container. You enjoy your dania till you're done.
It will, you know, dania is the quickest thing that changes contact, structure, everything.
I know.
So it will remain the same.
Yes.
Because of this principle of being airtight.
Of the seal.
Of the seal.
Yes. So the seal seals off all the air. So you know bio, I don't know chemistry. Air is the one that feeds the bacteria and whatever. So as long as there's no air coming in, the food will take longer to get spoiled. Let me tell you a fun fact. If you put your unga that has worms, worms, put it in a Tupperware container and seal it properly, the next time you come back, the worms are dead. Because there's no air circulation. So they have nothing to live out of. Yeah.
And then Tupperware. So there's a brand called Tupperware. It's not all plastic containers are not Tupperware.
No.
They have to be branded Tupperware. So there's something about this. So it's not just all plastic containers.
No, not all plastic containers. And even in when? September, August, I went to the plant in Johannesburg.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. So Africa, we are supplied by South Africa.
Okay.
So I went to see, hey, what is this thing that I've been selling that wows me also in my house? And what do you guys do? And let me tell you, the keenness in excellence that they have, they cannot pass on a bottle of water that is leaking. So once they make the water bottles, they'll put them upside down. And if it leaks, it will never get to you as the consumer.
That's so good.
And these plants, there are a couple in the world, I think like 60. So South Africa can easily supply to Europe. Europe can easily supply to us through the South African factory. So everyone has to be very keen on how they manufacture.
So the quality is 100% guaranteed.
Yes.
And you've been doing this for 3 years.
3 years.
So how did you get into the Tupperware journey?
So now this is where most people tell you, oh, it's a pyramid scheme, oh, it's a multi-level. But I'll tell you, I'll explain to you.
Okay.
First, Angie.
See, I'm shocked.
I'll explain to you.
I was here, you're making me a believer.
So, you remember I've told you it started Second World War.
Yes.
The men used to go to war. The women used to stay home with the children. So these are women who had never experienced work.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Then this guy has made a bowl and it's really, really nice. And the army has come back and that is done. And yes, thank you for your bowl. And we really enjoyed it. But now he has this amazing thing that is not, things are staying and they're not getting spoiled. So he tried putting it in a supermarket. But because of the innovation behind it, for example, our kawaida plastics will go for 100 bob. Hers was going for 1,000 bob. So of course, if someone comes to the aisle, they'll pick their 100 bob,
one.
leave their 1,000.
Yes.
So he was like, there's a lady in the marketing team who told him, let's do this. Let's empower the women at home. They've never worked before. This would be something that would help them, you know, generate some income. So I would join. I live in Langata. You would come visit me. We would have, like, they used to call them Tupperware parties, which to me look like chamas. And we would talk about Tupperware. I would show you. You would say you want to join. You would sign up on the system. You'd go back to wherever you live and start selling to the women on that side. So that's how Tupperware started.
So that's how it spread.
And that's how it is up to today.
Wow. And now you're saying it has like 60 factories.
It has like
it's a whole
in the
movement.
World, yes. I've seen grandmothers who have, they started, you know, in their 20s. They've lived off Tupperware money in 30s, 40s. They build houses. They've taken their kids to school. And now they're still enjoying some money from Tupperware in their retirement age.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you happen to do? Why did you come across it?
So, funny story. I left work in 2018. And when I was leaving work, I was planning to start my own company.
Your own business?
My own business, yes. And registered and everything. I wanted to bring some stuff from South Africa. I had met the people, what are they called? The manufacturers. They'd come here, they'd seen the market. As I said, my background is marketing. I had taken them to Carrefour. I had very good networks in Carrefour and the retail shops. And we had, you know, like signed a nini with Carrefour and we are starting. And I'd taken a loan as I'm leaving because I'm going to start my business. And everything is set and my paperwork looks perfect and I'm working with my partner. Then that year when we were supposed to bring in our first shipment, the excise duty was taken up by the government.
What?
Actually, these people, they really mess small
they mess
businesses.
people up, eh?
They really mess. Then they added other ninis. They have to come see your company, where it's situated. And that time we were starting from home. We didn't have at your company. We were starting from home and our warehouse was on Mombasa Road. And we were sharing, you know, like how you have a warehouse. So where are you coming to see my business? Me, I'm starting. I want to make some money. So that started just going down. We calculated our money. We are like, wow, we need now like to double this money to be able to start. So kidogo, that was 2019. I know. 2020 COVID happened. So see, we eat this money worse. Because now, let's eat this loan.
Let's eat it. Let's eat the loan now.
So 2020, that happened. 2021, my friend tells me Tupperware is in Kenya. So I was like, okay, I'd heard about Tupperware, you know, movies, you know, here and there, but I didn't know what they were. So I was like, okay, but it sounds like a multi-level. Why do you want me to come for a meeting? Because they usually tell you, or I'll usually tell you, if you want to sell, come for training so that you're able to sell, which is just the basis of even starting any business. So I was like, me, I'm not coming for training. Why are you guys calling me for training? Mataka kunibia. So kidogo, she convinced me. I managed to go for the training. I remember that whole year I was just checking, where will they steal from me, these guys? How much do you want me to pay? Imagine that's how I started Tupperware. Kidogo, I started selling, put up a page on social media, started telling people, sold, cleared my loan with this Tupperware money.
The loan ulikula.
Ile loan nilikuwa niliweza
kuilipa. Wow, yeah. With the Tupperware money.
With the Tupperware money. So I've just been moving. Thank God also for my marketing background. So there are concepts that I can implement and I can see fruit from.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why people say it's like multi-level is like to come in, you have to buy the Tupperware.
You don't have to buy. It's free to join. So like now if you tell me you want to join Tupperware, I'll just send you the link. You will self-register, get onto the website and start buying for yourself.
Really?
You can join as a buyer or a seller. So a buyer, you just want to join and buy for yourself. A seller, you want to buy and sell to other people.
But do I buy under you? Is that why they're saying
Yes,
multi-level
because
marketing?
now it's
You're
my
in my
link.
line.
Yes.
You're in my
Yes.
line. Okay. So will it have, you've looked for places where they were stealing from you, no one was stealing from you?
No, even today I'm still looking. I'm still waiting to see why. I went to South Africa, I was shocked. They are even giving the consultants a credit card. So you want to start a business, but you don't have the money to buy like your first stock to go show people and sell. So they give you a credit card, you swipe at the distributorships, you buy the products, you go sell, you can't pay back the loan that you paid. So it's purely empowerment. It's purely they're trying to empower women.
And that really helped you because for the last 3.5 years, that's what you've done.
That's what I've been
You've been able to clear your loans, you've been able to have some money for yourself.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. And then also, I love the concept because then the women can be at home. And then you can work your selling or your business around your family, which is so powerful. So it's also very good for younger women.
Yes, when kids are coming home, you're home.
You're home. But then I was just thinking, because that's where I think it has not saturated the market all these years.
Imagine, no, Kenyans are still scared.
Scared of what?
It's like me waiting to see where they will steal from me or where they will take money from me. Kenyans are still very, very scared. Imagine here in Kenya, we are 4 years old. In America, they are 79 years old and they are still selling. Because you can never run out of people to sell to. We always sell around ourselves. So even me, when I started, it was my sister-in-law, my auntie, my like that.
Wow. That's a really amazing story.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
And it's
story.
really helping so many women. In my team right now, because now when you accumulate people under you, now you have a team that you need to inform, tell them what is coming, what is available. In my team, I think 90% are 8 to 5ers. There are people who are working and they're supplementing.
Source of income.
Yeah.
So there are containers, I guess different sizes, Tupperware. So the different sizes, are they different shapes? You gave me like
Different
an oval
shapes.
one. Different shapes. I hear you say they're bottles.
There are bottles, there's something for fridge, something for freezer, something from microwave. So don't just put any container in the microwave. Something for oven. Yeah.
You can have Tupperware in the oven.
Yes.
How? I thought
Because
it's
even there's
plasticky.
another one that looks like glass and goes very well in the oven.
Wow. But I'm glad you did that. So, okay, now I'm a believer. I'm going to try first to store something in that. I'll keep my dania. Then I see how it goes. But I'm sure if an organization has been 80 years old and has 60 different centers for producing these things, there's something working, definitely. Because otherwise, all the people also would have known these are Konya, us guys were off. So that's that. Okay, so that's Tupperware. So that's your Tupperware journey. You just said something. You were the top seller, or?
They just awarded me Manager of the Year 2024, 2023, 2024. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because of how you've done well.
Yes. They usually look at how, so in Tupperware we say you're winning yourself. I'm not competing with someone else.
No.
I'm competing with myself. So when they checked, I had improved more than all the other managers in Africa.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And do you get to talk to the other managers?
Yes, I meet them. When I travel, I see them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they cover your travel or do you have to cover your own travel?
Depends. So there are two ways. One, you will pay 50-50. That's when we have our conferences. There's an annual conference. I know.
You have an annual conference, annual Tupperware conference.
Annual Tupperware conference. So for us in Kenya, because we are away from South Africa, we'll need to cater for our transport. Because you see now they'll just enter their cars and drive. So for us, we usually pay 50-50 on the flight. But now accommodation, they take care of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you even get to go away.
Yes.
To South Africa.
Actually, there's one training I went to and they put us up in a theme park and we did all those crazy, rides. Weird things, yes.
I wouldn't do the rides. But that is so good. I like it. So actually, it's not there's nothing, I'm not seeing any problem here because you can't con the whole world. You can't con everybody.
I'm still checking.
Keep checking because that's you being careful, but there's nothing. There are no red flags here.
I haven't
Things
seen
look
any.
really
I haven't
amazing.
Seen any.
Amazing. Okay, good. I'll try. I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try some of them.
Store your dania first.
I'm a believer, and as I told you, I'm waiting for you to come and make me a believer here. Then we see what we're going to do.
Yeah,
that's good. So what about She Thrives? So you run. Thank you for inviting me to She Thrives. It was just it was amazing. Relationships. It was about relationships. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm grateful that we did that. So tell me about She Thrives.
So She Thrives was born when I realized I didn't know myself. So in my late 30s, I'm now 42. In my late 30s, when I think I turned 35. You know when they say life begins at 40, I think life begins at 40.
Even 50. And 60 is another one. I'm telling you, hey.
You keep on discovering
you keep discovering and becoming more free, releasing yourself to enjoy life.
No,
I'm telling
life
you,
is
40, but do
life
50.
is very different here.
I've got 2 years to 60. I can assure you life begins at 60. I am assuring you.
So in my late 30s is when I realized, wait, who is Anne?
Wow.
What am I doing? Why didn't I know all these things before? So I started questioning, you know, many things, career, and that's how even I left my job. So many things, just, you know, light bulbs here and there. And I thought, if I am here and I didn't, like even the way we were saying, you're turning 40 and you don't know your bra size.
Imagine.
Small things that we should have learned when we were teenagers, you know, growing up. So I just started getting these light bulbs. And I was like, no, wait, I need to start a safe space for women where we can just pass on these nuggets that we are getting. Because in the Bible, they say the older women should
teach the younger
women.
Yeah.
So that's how She Thrives was born. So the first event we had was finances, because I think that's where my first light bulb came in. I was like, I've been working for 10 to 15 years. And when I look, I can't quite point out where
the money
this
has gone.
Yes, so much money has passed through my hands, but it was, you know, you only live
Can't
once.
account for it.
Yes. So I need to teach these younger women
Yes.
so that every coin that passes through their hands, they know how to.
Do you know if they were 20, 25 and started saving?
Now, where would you be?
But it seems lost on them. You'd be cruising somewhere. But now the cruise, because it's the discipline of saving, it's a very powerful thing.
So the first event we did, personal branding and finances. Just first discover yourself, try and know who you are, then manage your finances. Then the second one is the one that you came to, that we were doing marriage. Because I have realized where we are in marriage alone. The rest, people here have left the building and they do not want to hear this conversation. And I've also realized people don't want to stick it out. You know, it's the easier way out to leave someone than to stay and work it out.
Yeah.
So that's how She Thrives was born. And now we are doing a self-care event in Mombasa.
That will be on December?
March.
In
to
March,
celebrate International
March
Women's
2025.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to go out with the ladies and they're going to have a good time. I think they are. You know, women, first you said something very important. You know, we live and we think we know ourselves, but we don't. So there's really a real need to discover who you are.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking as you were talking, it's even our society, our culture, the way that we're brought up. So you don't really know what you like. You really don't know who you are because you've always been told who you are, sort of. Yeah, you're told who you are, you're told what to do. You found things happening like this in your house, in your home, so in your community. So you really haven't learnt you. But I think it's such a powerful thing to know who you are, and to discover who you are. It is the most powerful thing ever.
Like on my Instagram right now, I'm doing 100 days of self-improvement.
Good. So
I started on 23rd of September, all the way till the end of December, and I wrote the something. It was sit down 1 hour with yourself. Talk to yourself.
Wow.
And like 10 women wrote back to me and asked me, what do I tell myself? And I'm like, yeah, I was once there. Because at times we crowd ourselves with a lot of noise. We don't know how to talk to ourselves. We don't know how to check in with ourselves. So you've never sat with yourself. So you'd rather be around people than sit with yourself.
People first of all don't know how to be still. The one thing that I've found as I've equipped leaders is how afraid people are of being alone with themselves. Me, that story just shocks me. And then now, let me take it to another level. So I like going on holiday by myself.
I know.
Only Kenyans. It's only Kenya. I can't survive. No, when I go other nation, nobody disturbs me. In Kenya. Excuse me. Are you okay? Yeah, actually, it's you I'm avoiding. You are the people I'm avoiding. Like, do you want to complete strangers?
You can live here by yourself and go somewhere by yourself.
I go
a foreign place.
Of course.
Maybe I'll get there.
Yeah, I go. I go to a foreign country by myself. I'll go here, I'll go to the coast by myself. But people are uncomfortable. They're even uncomfortable for me. Like, why are you alone?
Yeah, yeah.
But first of all, it's intentional because I'm trying to get still with my thoughts. And also because when maybe I'm fussy, but I'm learned myself. Like, I don't want to talk to you at the wrong moment. You have to know when I need to talk. When I don't want to talk. Because the other thing we do, especially Kenyans, is talk too much. You know, I'm like, these people, they're not talked out. They have been talking from morning to evening. How much can you talk? When were you last quiet? When did you just... shh. For a whole hour? Like, no way. Be quiet. Settle the brain, the mind. And take moments to think.
Stillness,
you hear even the voice of God.
Yeah.
You hear even your own voice. What do you want to do? Oh my God. Yeah. People are always talking. I'm like, please don't stop talking.
Stop talking.
Stop talking. But people are afraid to be quiet with their own thoughts.
Yes, people don't know how to talk to themselves. They don't know how to spend time with themselves.
And that's why we have gadgets. When you look at countries overseas, like now, you see abroad and places like that, is when you break up with somebody, that's it. You see, it's a more, if you break up with somebody here, it's devastating, but you have a community. When people, the way they live abroad, they live in twos. So it's a silo of two. So if that one goes, your whole world crumbles.
Yeah.
It's very catastrophic. It's crazy. Yeah. But it's because, so it's either we're on our phones all the time, although we're alone even, but the phones are there. I mean, it's just,
and that's
it's
noise
crazy.
As well.
It's just noise.
Yeah. Even when you're in a line and then you're waiting to be served.
People must talk.
Or you're on your phone.
I'm like, don't
or
talk to
earphones.
Me. Did you hear me ask? Shh. Keep moving. People they want to solve problems. He like a songy. Don't take up a conversation with you. They are like, no, please don't. And even like when I go to the spa, I go alone. I find women who want to go in a group. Me, I would go alone because this is my peaceful time to listen to my thoughts. But I like that. So, and spend an hour of your day.
Just morning routine. Spend an hour in the morning with yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
Yeah.
Have they given you any other sort of feedback?
Some are just wondering, okay, what will I tell myself? The other one was have a routine. Most people do not have routines. And when your life is erratic, you don't know what you're expecting. So it will just add more stress into your life. And already life is stressful. As it is, even without you adding anything. Yeah.
People don't have a routine time to sleep. Let me not start. You have a routine. Routine time to sleep, a routine time to wake up.
Yes.
Yeah. You cannot binge watch something for 5 hours. That is, I mean, good
And
Lord.
then people also do not know how to say no.
Even to other people around them.
We go for coffee sour. We do this sour. We do. So
and
at the end of the day, you've just been doing so many things.
But for other people. Yeah, which is I was telling you how when they come, they ask me, are you okay? Why are you sitting alone? Do you want to come and eat with us? Then I have to explain politely. I have to be polite and say, no, I'm very okay. But they're very worried. Very concerned.
Why is this lady all alone?
Why is this lady alone? But where other places, nobody minds. Anyway, I like that. So try to spend an hour with yourself, with your thoughts, with your mind, with what you want to do. Think about your life. Because you see that when you start thinking about your life, is when you also create routines, begin to create patterns, begin to understand what you need to do. And you don't have to do.
Even call yourself out in those meetings.
Yes.
How could you do that? Yeah.
And then you don't have to go everywhere with everybody at all times. And they don't have to be offended.
Yes.
You can talk to them. Wow. Yeah. So this will be the third She Thrives in March?
In March. Yeah, we want to have a virtual one, but we haven't finalized because we are seeing between the last one and the March one, it might be too far, but we will see. Yeah.
That is good. I'm really grateful. Do you want to say anything else?
About myself?
And about all you do?
I love women health and I love women empowerment, and I'd love women to just know and love themselves, because I think we spend so much time nurturing, taking care of other things and other people, that we forget about ourselves. So I think my mission in this world is to make sure the woman understands herself, loves herself, and grows herself.
So powerful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for all that you're doing. I'm grateful that I almost feel like you stumbled into the Tupperware journey, but here we are, and I will tell you about it.
How it
I will try it,
goes.
and I will tell you how it goes, but I'm really, really grateful. It looks like for me, your life is full, and full with all the right, I would say the right places and with the right things. Thank you for sharing your journey
Thank
with
you
us.
for
Thank
having
you so,
me.
so much.
Thank you.
Please, Tupperware, check it out. Check out her social media handles.
Yes.
They'll be there.
Until now, even I'm looking at it. What am I social? Anyway, Ciiku Wa Soxxy.
Soxxy is double X.
Yeah, and Ciiku is the Kikuyu way of writing Ciiku. So it's C-I-I, I added an I there. Ciiku Wa Soxxy, Soxxy.
Okay.
And then my Tupperware page is Shani by Ciiku. So Shani is Oromo for plate or food.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm serving you some food
That's
with
so
Tupperware.
good. That's so
yeah.
good. So make sure you look out for the Tupperware, and then make sure you're looking out for She Thrives as well, so that we are all supporting her in March. And I love the 100-day journey. You see, she could have started as you can start yours. Start yours tomorrow.
Yeah.
My 100-day journey of spending time with me.
There's no need of waiting for the calendar to turn January 1st.
Yeah.
Why don't you start
this now? Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ciiku. And thank you so much for She Thrives. We're really, really blessed to have you. And say hi to Soxxy
I will,
as well.
I will.
An amazing husband he is to you.
He is. He's an amazing man. Very
He is.
patient with me, so
Maybe one day you'll come back and share even the marriage journey as well.
actually, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We should.
And we keep trying to close. But I remember for your talk, the thing is, I think that's not what the women were expecting.
No.
But I was expecting them to throw shoes or something at me.
No.
But they received, I mean, they were quiet, they were polite.
You know, they're
but that's not
expecting
what
you
they're
to tell
expecting.
them, "Leave him."
Oh, no. That cannot come out from my mouth. Why?
He's bad. Leave.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said, but I know that that's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
Those are not the answers they wanted, but I
Yeah.
can assure you, those are the answers. That's what they need. So I pray that. And then it turned to be them. That's the other thing, yeah? So the conversation turned to them instead of what's wrong with this man? What's wrong with you?
But you know, it
What's
always
up
happens
you?
with marriage. You always take the man. Like I remember when we went for therapy with Soxxy, I'd taken him to put in my case about him who's done me wrong, and I had my list. And as the therapist kept on talking, this finger kept on turning
Back
and
to you,
pointing me.
inward to you, which is always the best way.
Yeah.
The best way to solve relationship conflict is first to look at yourself and to look at what you're bringing and how you're contributing and what you can do, because you can only change yourself.
Yeah,
you can only do your part. You can't do other people's parts for them. So I'm grateful, but I could see their faces, but they were a good audience because they didn't throw anything at me. They listened politely, but I think they took out some. By the time we were over, I think there was a deepness and they had understood something.
Even from the feedback, they did.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ciiku.
Thank you.
God bless you guys. Love you lots.